Welcome to the Drive Time Podcast.
This is Alfred Barnes.
And this is Parker Brown. And guess what, motherfuckers?
We've had some technical difficulties.
We've had some
testicle difficulties.
Technical difficulties. And we're back.
We've had a hard time.
It's been a long time. I'm watching this like a hawk now. It's been a long time.
To quote
since
the great
rock and
Timbaland,
roll.
it's been a long time. It shouldn't have left you.
It's been a while since I could
say. Look, we've tried to record this podcast 3 times and had technical difficulties. Now I can't say it.
It's hard to say.
Wow, a lot of technical.
It's hard to say. Technical. It's a big word. A lot of people, they aren't technicians.
I'm going to catch you up to where Parker was in the story both times. So we talked about
Go
this.
ahead. Okay.
There's a woman he worked with. She's moving.
We're going to call her coworker.
Woman.
Coworker.
All right. Oh, coworker's probably more respectful. All right. She's leaving the company.
She's leaving.
Not in an employment sense.
Exactly.
But in a territorial sense.
A location.
Yes. She is moving elsewhere. So she's working remotely, and she went out with Parker because Parker was like, "Hey, I'm going to do stand-up tonight." She's like, "Hey, I'd like to do a little farewell celebration for my departure."
This is completely wrong.
No, it's not. She's doing a farewell.
We were doing a farewell, and the farewell... Sorry, just a correction. We were doing a farewell with the rest of our coworkers.
Right.
That ended.
Okay.
Then I was like, I'm going to go do comedy. And she was like, okay, all right, meet me at my friend's house. I'm going to bring friends to comedy. Go ahead and go.
Okay. That was pretty much where I was going to get to.
Okay. Okay, so what happens? We go to a bar called Zissimo's.
Oh, you guys know
Shout
it.
out.
Podcast listeners.
Shout out Michael Fur.
We've gone to and from many a times.
Love Michael. Me and Al both love Michael Fur. We love Zissimo. We go there all the time.
Michael Fur and I grew up in the same county.
I'll tell you this right. We go there all the time. It's one of our favorite fucking spots.
So we stopping here for a drink at this bar?
No.
I kid. They're closed.
Yeah.
It's a joke. Little jest for the Drive Time podcast.
So we go to Zissimo's. I'm hanging out with her friends. They go upstairs. Okay, we all go upstairs. It's during the show. They're talking loudly. They don't know what stand-up comedy is. They think, "Oh, I've heard of stand-up. It's a fun thing." They think we're having a fun night. We can keep having fun the exact same way we've been having fun for the rest of the night. You know what I mean?
Not the case.
Not the case. It's a performance art. You have to respect the performances.
It's not music. It's
Listeners,
not a passive thing.
You have to respect the performances. That's a part that they don't get. So they're talking loud. They get shushed by Michael Fur. Completely correct. And we go, okay, let's go to the downstairs bar. That's the cool thing about this. They have the upstairs bar, and at the start of the show, they go, if you want to talk loudly, go to the downstairs bar. And there is one.
Yep.
Which is a good thing to say. And so we go downstairs. It's me, coworker, and friend of coworker who's a woman.
Yep.
And
a lot of women.
Gay best friend.
A lot of gays.
A guy we are assuming is gay. We had a whole thing about how we're assuming he's gay. We don't know if he's gay. Is it okay to assume a guy's gay? But we've tried to do this 3 times.
So we're just
we're just there now. He's gay. He might not be gay. We don't fucking know. But we've tried to do this 3 times. So now, guess what? He's fucking gay now. If he wasn't gay before, we're going to make him gay.
Yep.
We're going to make him gay.
Big
I don't
time.
even know how you do that, but I guess I don't know how you make someone gay. I don't even know if you can make someone gay.
Manufacture them in China.
You make them in China. Like a lot, all the gays made in China. Sorry. Okay. So this is what happened. Okay, it's me, my co-host of the Drive Time podcast,
Alfred Barnes,
co-worker, friend who's a woman.
Of the coworker,
friend of the coworker,
and then friend of the coworker,
and gay best friend.
Yes,
and that's how we're gonna call him.
Friend of the coworker.
Coworker is my Parker Brown's coworker. Friend is a woman friend of the coworker, and gay best friend is gay best friend of the coworker and the friend.
Yes.
And that's what it's going to be. So, a coworker starts blathering.
Blathering. A
lot of blathering. She starts going off on her fiance.
Not on her fiance, about her fiance.
About her fiance.
Also, side note, Parker didn't mention it. I'm there. Alfred is there.
Al is there. That's the other part, too. I bring in Al. I go, Al, you're going to love this. My friends, your friends, we're all friends, right? That's how it works.
Yep.
You can't just go, when you're hanging out with people, you can't go, don't talk to each other, or else you look like a fucking sociopath.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if you know it's going to go poorly,
Right.
you kind of have to, you have to see what happens.
Yes.
Or else you look like an asshole. So I go, oh, you guys are going to get along great. They're not going to get along. I know they're not going to get along great. I'm very worried this whole time. What's going to happen? Who's going to say something?
A little welcome to the jungle action.
Welcome to the jungle. These people offend each other. They both don't like each other, but we have to pretend like we're all friends.
But Al didn't pretend.
Al didn't pretend at all. So that's what happened. Is this coworker? She starts, and I met her fiance. I like her fiance a lot. He's
Good
a very
fiance.
Good guy. He's a fucking doctor.
Yeah. How can you
He's
complain
a
about
doctor.
A doctor, a little Dr. Love.
That's like one of the end goals of life. Is like, oh, I'm a doctor now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like graduate college, you still have to do a bunch of shit. If you're a doctor and you've, like, completed residency, he hasn't completed residency yet,
But he's working on it. The man's working on it.
But that is, like, one of the highest things you can achieve in life, right?
Right, that's the peak, the pinnacle.
That's almost as good as being an open mic comedian
Which we
in
are.
Baltimore. Of course, open mic comedian in Baltimore, being able to get up, to sign up at Zissimo's and go up, which we also didn't do that night because
we did sign up.
We signed up, but we didn't go up because it was like 12:30, and we were like, we still had like 10 people to go, and we're like, nah.
It was gonna be an hour. We're gonna go up at like 1:30 in the morning.
But that's skipping ahead. They start shit talking.
I'm not gonna lie.
Al he's a hound dog.
I'm a dog.
He's a dog. He starts defending this man. He goes, "You're a woman. I'm a man. I'm gonna defend the man."
Not how I did it, but
that's
all right.
Literally exactly. No. Of course not. But he starts being like, "Oh, you're. Well, how about you take over
okay,
for a second?"
here's the situation. She's dogging on her man. He's the fiance.
He's the
I'm
fiance.
I'm the fiance.
Al relates to male fiancés.
I relate
right
to male fiances because I'm a male fiance myself. And I hear this guy this woman just dogging on her fiance. Coworker.
We established these names.
Yeah, sorry. I hear coworker dogging on her fiance. And she's like, oh my gosh, he's so incompetent. He can't do anything without me. I love him because I can control him. He's malleable.
He's so
I can
malleable.
mold him. I don't love hearing
the
this.
The word malleable was said exactly.
Yes.
Malleable.
And I don't love hearing this as a male fiance.
As a male fiance.
All right. So I'm like,
he starts thinking, is my fiance saying that about me behind my back?
I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, how would I feel if my fiance said this?
No.
It's my fiance knows her fucking play. I'm kidding. But yeah, so I'm not.
She wants to know why I'm so fly.
I'm not loving this.
A girl asked me for a ring, and I put one around a hoe's eye. That's a Big L lyric. You can't say that anymore.
You can't say that.
It can't be said. But keep going. Sorry.
So, your boys, oh, there's a critter on the side of the road.
Oh,
there's a deer.
Oh, it's a deer. That's a small deer, though.
Yeah.
It's a little
small
baby deer.
Not a lot of damage if I hit that. So, obviously, I'm talking, I'm a little upset. And I wasn't going to say nothing. It's Parker's coworker. It's coworker. But she was going on a lot.
This is the point where I realized, okay, I've mixed. Only chemists will get this reference, but I mix sodium and water.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I've mixed
salt water.
No, that's not what. The elemental sodium and water, which makes a big fucking explosion when you mix it together.
I knew that, of course.
Of course. I've done something wrong. That's what I realized.
Made a mistake.
The thing is that to keep the peace, You know what I do, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I do, which you should never do? I turned my back, not on coworker, on Al.
Turned his back.
And I go, aren't you being a little confrontational?
He said
right
that
now?
to me.
And he was being a little bit confrontational.
I was being very confrontational.
He was not acquiescing to the vibe of the
Here's what I'll
conversation.
say.
He was being his own man.
Here's what I'll say. I feel bad as Parker's friend. I do not feel bad as an American.
As an American.
As a human being.
As a red-blooded American male.
As a fiance.
As a fiance.
I don't feel bad, no.
And
here's the deal. I'm not one of those guys who's like, I'm a male feminist. I'm not one of those guys who's like, I'm a meninist. I'm not that.
Yeah.
I'm none of that.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I will not stand for this woman putting down her fiance, saying that he's an incompetent human that can't survive without her.
Let's go through what happened. Because
Okay, let's run through it.
I think generally you would say this man is incompetent, but I don't think this is complete incompetency.
Okay.
What happened
He has a different set of skills.
He has a different set of skills.
Yeah.
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
He saves lives.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Who the fuck cares?
Oh, no.
He's saving people who
He's
have an allergic
saving
reaction
people.
to a peanut butter jelly
That's
sandwich.
my opinion. But this is what happened. This is what sparked this. They got a new washer and dryer installed.
Okay.
They bought the washer and dryer. That's one company. A different company installs it.
Yep.
Okay? I didn't fucking know that.
I didn't know.
I thought probably the same company.
Yeah, you would assume.
Why are there two different businesses?
What's the deal?
Should be one business. What do? When they install it, there's some pipe that has to go to the drain. Now, if you've ever lived in a house,
I've lived in a house.
you know, and if you're even a little bit autistic like me and Al are,
Yep.
you know that pipe is there because it's kind of fun to watch the water drain out.
Yes.
In a weird way, it's very fun to watch the water, and you go, what if it like
Where's it going?
It's not a complete pipe. You can see the water like go down into the drain a little bit, and you're like, what if it doesn't make it down? But it always makes it down,
Always.
of course. But your autism loves that part of the process, right? Am I wrong?
Oh,
Al?
you're not wrong.
You love watching that. So if you're on the spectrum at least a little bit, like all comedians are, you love watching it. The water. This man, he ran the washer, and guess what? The pipe wasn't positioned correctly,
That's not a fault of his own.
and it flooded the thing. It flooded the room it's in, and guess what they had in there?
What do they have?
Hardwood floors.
They had hardwood floors. Unbelievable.
What are you doing?
I gotta pee.
Okay.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna keep going.
Check.
And
All right, here's the situation. We don't know exactly where that cut off, and we don't care. So we're just gonna keep
We're
talking.
gonna keep talking. And guess what? If you need more context, suck my fucking dick. Suck my dick. So this washer gets installed incorrectly. They put the washer on the hardwood floors. Why would you do that ever? Why? Who
Doesn't
the
make
fuck
sense.
would ever put a washer room in a room with hardwood floors?
Right.
And she goes, "Oh, it's not hardwood floors." I'm like, "What are the floors made of?" Unfinished wood with a gloss on it. And I go, "That's called a hardwood floor, honey. Honey, I know you're not. Honey, I know you think your fiance is autistic, but if you don't know what a hardwood floor is," and she goes, "Well, no, there's like a slight difference." And I go, "I don't care.
There's not
I don't
a slight
care.
difference. She's wrong.
I don't care."
She's incorrect.
And so the room floods, and of course, who gets blamed?
Who?
The man. The man in the situation. Because guess what? Men are supposed to earn all the money.
A lot of money.
Even though he's not paying for anything. She's paid for everything so far. Which is another aspect of the story that we don't need to get into. But just for the record, he's been in medical school. He's not making a lot of money. She's making all the money right now.
Because he's in medical school.
Because he's in medical school. That's what you do. You find a woman to pay for your medical school, and then you divorce them immediately after your loans are paid off.
I'm going the exact exact same thing right now, but with stand-up comedy.
But with no medical school.
No medical school.
No
just,
earning
just
potential.
Jokes, not injections. That's what I say.
That's jokes, not injections. But okay. So that's the whole thing. Is that she goes, he's incompetent because he didn't notice that the washer was flooding. The thing I said is I don't think I would have noticed that either. I would have walked in and gone, fuck.
The washer's flooding.
We shouldn't have put the washer on the hardwood floors.
Yeah.
First of all, that she goes, oh, it seeped into the wood. I'm like, if it seeped into wood, it's hardwood fucking floors.
Yeah.
There's no other type of wood. They don't have sawdust floors. What is the other type of wood floor behind a hardwood floor? A softwood floor? No one has fucking. What's it called? Balsa wood floor?
Balsa wood is very absorbent.
What are you talking about? You make soapbox derbies out of balsa wood.
Uh-huh.
You don't make flooring out of it. You don't make floor. What type of floors is it? Tell me. Okay, so obviously it's hardwood floors. They put the washer and dryer in the hardwood floor room. Obviously, that's a mistake. Now, who did that? We didn't ask. We didn't ask who put the washer and dryer in the hardwood floor room.
Right. Why would we?
Because guess what? You know why you put it in the concrete with a drain?
Mm-hmm.
It's because sometimes shit like that happens, right?
Shit like that happens.
And also, it's not his fault. He's not trained in the water shit. He's trained to cut a tumor out of a living man. Oh, he's so incompetent. What would you have done? You would have just noticed it immediately?
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have either.
Yeah, what's her degree in?
What's her degree in? Technology. Are you going to run a computer program?
To clean up the water?
To clean up the water? You going to run a little AI?
So here's the deal.
Little Allen Iverson? But sorry, we've spent way too much on this.
No, here's what we'll say. Parker was upset. Parker's upset now. I was upset then.
Oh. I was upset, and I was trying to keep the peace.
Parker was trying to keep the peace.
I was trying to merge two different friend groups together.
He's a peace guy.
And then, all right, so that was Coworker and Al already at odds.
At odds, because I'm
Al's calling out her. And
I'm saying don't say that about your fiance because I'm a fiance. You know?
And you know what? The thing is that one, Al is my boy, and I should have stuck up for him. But two, sometimes you do have to keep your mouth shut for the purpose of harmony between groups. And that is one of Al's worst things he's had ever. Al says what he thinks, and that is what some people would call a good trait. But Al could be there could be almost nuclear war between North Korea and America, and Al could be at the peace treaty signing, and Al would go, Kim Jong-un, you're fat as shit. Have you ever noticed that? Have you noticed how fat you are?
I'm not starting confrontation for the starting conversation, or for the sake of starting confrontation. I'm starting confrontation because I feel there's an injustice at hand, Parker.
I feel you. And guess what? Other people there felt injustices too, which is what we're getting to. Right. So that's Coworker. Coworker's cool. I love Coworker. She's cool.
Except for her take on her fiance.
And she was also saying that shit half jokingly. I think there was some truth, like she said it, but she wasn't saying it like I'm gonna, not marry this man.
Yeah.
But the thing is that that to me wasn't the problem. The problem was that woman friend, heard that stuff, and
went on a tangent.
Went into the feminist, that was the spark to the feminist fire. You know what I mean? Where she starts going, "You're really gonna marry this man? You're really
He grew up in a heteronormative household."
We aren't to heteronormative yet, which was a whole. That is some fucking. That's a thing that we have to talk about.
So that's a thing.
This is what they started talking about. They started talking. This dude said, and this is unforgivable. Al, we have to disavow this. Okay. What this guy said, the fiance said, was that schools, especially like after high school schools sometimes give other races preferential treatment when they're deciding who gets admitted or not. Disavow. Me and Al don't believe that at all. Of course. Of course, schools, like, it's not like schools explicitly say
we need
that
some
they
blacks.
do that. It's not like they explicitly say that they do. They do explicitly
Right.
say that they do that, obviously. But that was like the most unforgivable thing you could ever say in their minds, because they literally have like the woke fucking mind virus, and that's a weird thing to say. But I'm sorry. It has gotten to the point. I believe in most of the woke shit. I do.
A lot of woke.
But this fucking shit where you can't say that schools like black people more than white people.
Whoa.
They do. They say it. They say it.
Christ's sake, Parker.
Disavow. Obviously, disavow that statement. Disavow. That was me playing a character. Disavow. We don't believe that. We don't believe that at all. Obviously, schools are completely fair. They don't take race into account. They only ask you what race you are. So for their records, they definitely don't try and go, oh, we want this percent, this percent, that. We need to up. They definitely don't discriminate against Asian people. That's the one thing I'll say. It's not like Asian people, like, this isn't a pro-white thing. It's not like Asian people are the most, like, discriminated against group educationally in America, which they are. They totally are.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. Asian people are discriminated against, like, infinitely more than white people.
How?
Because they're very good at all the education shit. And so people go,
Parker,
well,
I feel like we're going to have to scrap this whole part.
this is true, though. I'm not making this up. This is true. You're sounding just like that chick. Where you go,
Really?
oh.
You mean the chick that you were going, yeah, too? Well, I was saying, all right, dial it back.
Listen, I was trying to keep the harmony of the group.
What about the harmony of the podcast, Parker?
Who can... correct, I'm saying now. That's the point I've learned. The thing I've learned, okay, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this, the thing that I've learned is that you'll have a choice at some point. And it'll be between people that don't want to fuck with you and people that do fuck with you.
Right.
And the intuition always is, I can take someone that doesn't fuck with me to a person that does fuck with me, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do, because it'll up the overall number of people that fuck with you. What I've learned, and the thing that I'm trying to say, is that that's wrong. Fuck with the people that fuck with you.
And don't fuck with the people that don't
Kill
fuck with
them.
you.
Murder them.
Murder them.
Stab them in the neck. Rip out their stupid nose piercings that they have. That they all have. It's all the same people.
Parker, I just want to specify you have not mentioned that the friend of the coworker had a nose piercing in this
She
podcast.
had a poke. She had
did
a
in
nose
the first
piercing.
round of this podcast.
She
but not
had
now.
a thick nose piercing too. A little tiny one. I'm not gonna lie.
Tasteful.
So we're not talking about nose piercings. We're talking about the bull piercing specifically. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The bull ring, right?
Right.
That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about having a little nose piercing.
Is the podcast still recording also while you're talking about this?
Is it when it, like, fucking... That's what it is. It's when it switches. It's when it...
Hold on. Let's see if it's still going.
No, it's not going anymore.
Are you sure?
I think it's when it switches... Oh, hold on.
It could still be recording, potentially.
Oh, it is recording. Okay, never mind.
Welcome to the Drive.
Welcome to the Drive Down Podcast. But this is the thing: is the bull ring piercing is a little one. I kind of like the nose.
Tasteful.
I like nose piercings, personally.
Yeah, I hear
But
you.
if it's thick enough that you
there's
could.
a fucking critter. Holy shit. That's a cat. There's a cat galloping beside the car.
Also, why is it taking us so long to go home?
Because I wanted to stretch this podcast, so I've taken a lot
No, you fuck! Take us home, you stupid cunt!
Yeah,
I don't like this. You're also driving really fast on country roads.
I'm going
starting
40
to get
miles an hour.
I'm starting to get car sick.
Okay, all right. I'll get We're about to be back
You
on a
didn't.
major
I did
highway.
not consent to us doing any of this. I don't like it. Disavow.
Disavow.
Disavow. Ah, you fucking stupid cunt. I fucking hate you so much. No, I love you, Al. But
little thing called stretching the cast.
why wouldn't we stretch the cast at your place already, though?
Yeah, you're right. Well, we're like 2 minutes from my house.
Okay.
So
We're 2 minutes from his house.
that's what I did. I got close to my house, and then I started just looping around
Yeah,
it.
and getting Parker car sick. Thank you.
A lot of car
A lot of
sickness.
car sick. I'm a little baby. I can't do curves fast. I don't like the ride. I can't do carnival ride. I can't do carnival rides anymore.
Oh, really?
Any spinning ones. I used to love them.
Not the tilt-a-whirl?
I can't do any of the ones that spin like horizontally. I can do the salt and pepper shaker. I love the salt and pepper shaker. To this day, I love the salt and pepper shaker. But any of the ones that spin horizontally, I fucking hate them so much. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. What changed? I think what happened is, you know what I'm talking about with the salt and pepper shaker?
Yeah.
So there's one year where me and my friend Kyle, who I saw earlier this weekend, which is another part of the story, weirdly enough, that I wanted to touch on. I'm pretty much just ranting like a lunatic at this point, but that's fine. Me and Kyle, we got the rides pass, right? And we ended up doing the salt and pepper shaker, I believe, 11 times in a row. And after that, I was pretty fucked up. You know what I mean? I threw up. I didn't like it. After that, weirdly enough, I can still do the salt and pepper shake.
Okay.
But it's after doing the salt and pepper shake 11 times, all the horizontal rides just immediately, I hate them. I just hate them. They don't make me feel good. But back to what I was saying, because this is the Parker Rants for an Hour podcast, obviously. So the whole point is I went and saw my boy Kyle out in Easton, out on the Eastern Shore. And you know what, Al?
What?
No drama.
No drama?
No talking about fiance.
Oh.
It was just people having a good time on the Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
No, this is heteronormative. Let's talk about the heteronormative thing, too, because I feel like that was the nail in the coffin.
That was the crux.
Where
of
I
the
could tell you were done, where you went, fuck these people.
Here's the deal. I understand.
And I when I heard heteronormative, I went, yikes.
So
in my head.
Here's the deal. All right, this
yikes.
coworker was talking about her fiance, as we mentioned, in a way that I did not enjoy. I hear her saying, I like that I can control him. Yeah. I like that he's passive. I like that he's incompetent and can't do anything without me. All right? And this is not phrases that I'm making up. This is borderline verbatim.
She was half joking, though. You would say shit about that about Jackie, too.
I don't think I would, because I'm a respectful fiance, okay?
You've, literally before this podcast, you were like, I keep her on
Love
a leash.
Controlling my woman.
I keep her chained up in the basement.
Right. All right. Exactly. So, but yeah, so she's saying all this shit. And then her friend says, well, he grew up in a heteronormative household.
Yes.
So that's what he expects of the relationship. But I was like, everything you're describing is not what I would call
It's not heteronormative. That's what pissed me off, too. And I said some shit. I'm like, he's not John Wayne being like, you're my lady, and you're gonna
my little mamacita.
You're my little mamacita. Like, no, this is like he sounds like a fucking beta.
Right. Oh, man.
All right, I think that'll do it for the drive time.
Whatever, guys. Look, we're trying to get back into it. Just love us regardless and keep listening. This has been the Drive Time Podcast. I'm Alfred Barnes.
I'm Parker Brown. Peace.
Bye.